I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Ukrainian officials announced on Sunday that an evacuation from Mariupol was underway. The eastern Ukrainian city has been besieged by Russia for weeks, with reports that around 100,000 civilians were trapped there. Listen in as the Pentagon provides an update on the situation in the city.
Thank you. John, I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the apparent movement of Russian troops out of Mariupol. Do you assess at this point that there's no Ukrainian forces there left, or there's still a fragment? And does Russia appear to have significant control over the city such that they feel they can remove their troops and still maintain control over it? Or is this an opportunity for Ukraine to try to stage some sort of counterattack?
Well, there's an awful lot there, and with the caveat that we don't have perfect visibility on all Russian units and what they're doing and where they're going. I would just make a couple of big points. One, we do assess that the Russians continue to pound Mariupol from the air. So Mariupol, the fighting in Mariupol is not done, certainly not from what we can see, because they continue to bombard it. We have seen some indications that they are moving some of their ground forces away from Mariupol. The general consensus here is that that's an effort to begin to move north into the Donbass. I can't tell you what that means, what the Russians believe that means for their occupation of Mariupol or where they think they are, but we have seen some movement of Russian forces away from Mariupol and more towards the north. But that, we believe, is of a piece of their efforts to try to encircle Ukrainian armed forces that are in the Donbass. Did that get at everything?
Yes, it will. Do you have any assessment as to how much of a force Ukraine still has there, and any assessment of the ongoing effort to get civilians out?
I don't have a good hard number of how many Ukrainian forces are still in Mariupol. I would certainly refer to the Ukrainian armed forces to speak to that. We know that there has been some evacuations of some civilians. We obviously urge the Russians to continue to work with the Red Cross and the Ukrainian government to allow those who want to leave, and to do it safely without harassment. But I couldn't tell you exactly what the scope of the Ukrainian resistance is still in Mariupol. Again, they're still bombing the city, so I think that certainly is at least one indicator that they believe that the battle for Mariupol has not been won and is not over.